I am from Mexico City. It's the city where I grew up and where I also studied arts. I was always interested in photography because my father was very, he loved photographing everything. He always had like the best cameras and also filming with the Super 8. I grew up in a very big city, and it was very interesting to me to observe how everything changed, and my work started like going into that direction, like observing what the landscape meant. So when I emigrated to Canada, all the experience of becoming an immigrant became part of my work. This connection between displacement and memory and landscape and all these relationships between the places and identity. North is a group portrait of my Latin American friends. And the idea was to take them to Lake Ontario to look to the south. Not knowing what they are seeing is important because most of the work, all my work, is about what you really can't see. I'm not photographing myself, I'm photographing them, and they reflect something on me. So they are telling me their stories, but they are also telling my own story. I have the work this body of work is called palimpsest. This is also constructed landscape that I did with my father's ashes. He died when I was living here, and I had this idea that things were not, that everything was the same, but at the same time something had changed in my life. I did that work as I think it was like a way of mourning. So I work with the ashes that I put on top of my own work. So with the idea of creating like building a new landscape. At some point I realized that I came to Canada to know Latin America. Because when I lived in Mexico, I never traveled farther than Guatemala. So I didn't know anything about the South. So I did 7 residencies in Cali, in Lima, in Peru, in La Paz, Bolivia, in Santiago, in Havana, and in Buenos Aires, in Quito. It was a way for me to sort of reconstructing my own territory, like connecting things. It's like a collection of 7 books. Each of the books is about one city. I started working with black and white, like a lot of photographers, and I became very interested in the process. I never was interested in like making the perfect photograph. I was more interested in accidents. For example, like printing and then erasing the entire image with chemicals and then recovering the image. And whatever I could recover was an accident. That is something that always interested me because it was like working with photography like if it was a painting. You conceive something, but in the process of making it, you get something else. Like I really enjoy is the process of doing work, like the process of how I choose this technique or this other technique or how I get to something. It's important because it's always related with what I am working with.